Hopefully not too loud. Seems Kiziel has had some kind of connection issue. We'll figure out what's going on there in a minute. I'm sure we'll get him back in. But Kiziel leading the championship at the moment as well. There you go. 14 drivers. Yeah, the closest fight in the championship is Kiziel and Jack King. I can't quite remember the difference between the two of them. Here we go. 129 for Kiziel and 102 for Jack King, and then just behind him is Matteo Verderna with 84, and Xenius on 63. So it's quite close at the top. Going into the penultimate round now, I'm not sure how much we're going to see that close up. But it will be an interesting qualifying session, as it is very... this track's very... It's a joy to watch the cars go around this track, let's be honest. So it'll be interesting to see who can make the most of... I don't know. Who has the most skill to try and keep it out the wall but get the lap time in. We'll see. I'm going to put telemetry on here as well, just to test out if this looks any better for viewing purposes. Who have we got out first? I think that is Luke No, it's not. It's Palmer. So Palmer, I've heard that he's feeling fairly happy with today's race. He's looking forward to it. So it'll be good to see him have a good result here. We've got the old DRS straight here, obviously. Before, I just realised that Palmer's still got his ERS on. I just realised his light's not flashing. I don't know if he knows he can turn it off. But yeah, it's going to be, I feel like, a close qualifying coming up here. As the Mercedes cuts the track a little bit there, I think. Everyone's very close on this outlap, so everyone wanted to get their lap in straight away. I will check the tyres a little bit later on, but I feel some people might want to go out on the mediums just to get a feel for the track first and lay down some rubber. So we're not going to take anything to mind just yet with the tyres. And someone has overtaken, I think that is Xenius. Yeah, wants to get his lap in first. But I've got a very, well, Will knows. We've got a very special new trick that we've got here at Amethyst Racing, which I'm going to show you guys in a minute. It's you guys are going to love it. I'll tell you that much. For viewing purposes, it is very good. So once I clear off some of this stuff off the screen, I think telemetry is a bit in the way, so I'm going to turn it off. As someone has had it, I think that's just where I'm waiting up for one another. But yeah, here's Xenius on his first lap, going to sector 1. This is probably the trickiest sector on the track. Not to lose the back end and drop it on a curb. But wants to keep it clean through here for now. Just trying to get a banker lap in. There's a sector 1 and 3 yellow flag. If someone's had a little spin. Of course, purple sector 1 for Xenius so far. Looks like Palmer has validated his first lap as he's slowing down in the second sector. Xenius looking strong here though to get a nice little comfortable banker lap in. Just need to... This track's so important, as most street tracks are, just to get a clean lap in straight away. And make sure you're not going to be at the bottom of the order if you had an accident a little bit later on in the session. Of course, once again, purple sector for Xenius. First one to set his lap. Very close to validating there. About on the limit. I wonder if this would be a tragedy if we saw another Max Verstappen here. But no, keeps it perfect through there. As close to the wall as he can on the apex and on the exit. And across the line, it's going to be a 128.2. And we have Jack King. Oh no, that's Kosev, sorry. Kosev crossing the line just behind him. I've pressed the wrong button again. With the 128.8. And I believe we have Sandsteel next across the line. For the Ferrari team. What's it going to be? A 129.2. And then... Oh my god, there's so many people coming across the line here. Wassa Phoenix, which is... is it Joseph Kuhn? I'm pretty sure it's Joseph Kuhn. Crossing the line next with a 131.1, so he's going to want to go again. I think maybe had a little bit of an issue on that lap. As Unfi now reserve for AlphaTauri today goes P4, and Jack King slotting in P6 at a 152.5. So I think that is a lap that he's not too happy with, and I think he's going to go again on another push lap. Goes a little bit wide there, struggling to get the car turned in. I wonder if he has any wing damage. No, not by the looks of it. Looks to be okay there. Who else have we got on a lap? It's Lightning on his first lap. He's got a very strong qualifying form in Brazil. Obviously got the sprint race lead. Was leading. Oh, he's validated there. That was very tight. And this is where I'm going to show the first little addition that we've got. So if I go like this, look at this, mate. Look at this. So we're going to get to see in slow-mo replay where Will has validated his lap. And now I can do this whenever we need to, okay? See, we just hits a bit of understeer there, and there you go, that's it, that's where he goes off track. So this is going to be a very useful tool going into the rest of the race, but that is unfortunate for Will. But that is just beautiful, isn't it? That is just the best thing you've ever seen. Oh, and Kizil sliding in P5 at 129.5 as well. Great lap from him. Unfi, I think, winding up for another lap here. Oh, Wassa finishes reserve, yeah, of course. I think I actually have Raccoon on Steam. I don't know why I thought he was Raccoon. Jack King now slots in just behind his teammate with a 129.1. The slow-mo... Oh, can you hear my voice in the thing? I didn't know you could actually hear the audio as well. Wait, so is it like the entire like sound and everything is in the replay? That might be something I have to figure out, because that could get quite annoying. I wonder where Zerveld is. But does it still it still shows a slow-mo clip, right? I could probably just turn that down next time I do it. Who do you want to ride on board with next? Who are we thinking? Kister slotting in the first lap as well. 134 dead. I think Lightning's lined up for another. Oh, he's on another lap. Just entering into sector 2 now. Tricky corner this to get the back end stable. I think he's actually maybe winding up to go around for another lap. I'm not too sure, Jolly. Good question. Here you go. Here's Rene Kopf on a lap. Was a strong qualifier in the last few races. But it's been rather unfortunate in the actual races here. Ooh, what? Okay, that's lucky for him. Must have had to lift a little bit. But he goes purple sector 2. On for a good lap here. And he's going to be the next person to cross the line, because I think Will is on another out lap. So we ride on board with him before. He was not shifting up the gears. But here we go. Rene Kopf to complete his first lap in qualifying. It's going to be a 128.7. Puts in P4 for now. Good lap from him. Purple sector 2 and 3. Lightning is unfortunately invalidated again. I think he's struggling to deal with the car setup at the moment in these lower grip conditions. Obviously towards the end it improves quite a lot, so we'll see some faster times here. I believe... Who else have we got on a lap? Zenius was on an out lap. Kosev was validated. Purple sector 2 here for Jack King. Some of the power nicely. You saw a squirm in the back wheels there as he came around the exit of that corner. Keep it tight through the walls here. Into the last corner. This corner is difficult. I think this is probably one of the most difficult corners on the track to get perfect, as he touches the wall a little bit there. Here he goes up to the line. I don't think any damage has been done. It's going to be a 128.7. Puts in P5. As sorry, Magnussen has gone on to provisional pole position by 4 tenths. It's a great lap from him for the new Mercedes team. He's looked really strong last race. Just unfortunately picked up that penalty and had a bit of an incident in the final laps. But it would have been his win. And Rene Kopf has now come across the line to do a 1:28.1, puts in P2. Xenius though is on another lap as it is at the moment. As a Ferrari, I think, is just going slowly to try and get a gap to the car ahead of him to start his flying lap. I believe Xenius has a 5-place penalty. He's still overstepping, yeah. He's bound to... Ooh, Xenius just touching the inside wall there, and that is going to be it for his lap. There we go, we can get another quick replay of that. I think we'll milk this replay system for a little bit longer. Let me see if I can actually... There you go, I'll turn that off. Now you shouldn't have the sound. As he now goes... Yeah, you can see just grazing that inside wall. Oh, 10 place for Xenius. So Xenius is going to be wanting to qualify as high as he can here. But yeah, unfortunate little error from him. I think he's going to wind up to another lap as Kvyat's now gone second with a 1:27.9, the second person to get into the 1:27s. But I feel like a lot of people are going to be starting to improve it from just the track evolution at here, as it is on all street tracks. Man like Ace, another good qualifier. I've seen him up there in Brazil as well, fighting for the lead for a few laps. Not using as much of that inside curb as he could do. Shut up, Jolly. Oh, and I think that's just Palmer actually letting someone by. Man like Ace on for a good lap here though, I think. It's definitely going to be an improvement from what I've seen. Let's see what he can do here. Teammate just behind him. I don't think his teammate is on a lap at the moment though. No, he has a validated. And now I've lost where Ace was. There he is. Comes across the line. It's going to be a 28.5. Puts in P6. Just behind Xenius. After his little error in Sector 2. I mean, it's easy to make around here. There's a weird little glitch there. Kvyat out of fuel. Probably going to be boxing to come back out in a few minutes to set his final lap. Is Ace going for another lap? No, he doesn't have enough fuel. Kasev, as a validated, I think he's going to be coming in. Then we're going to see a lot of people coming into the pits here. Luke Martin, though, going around the final corner now. What's he going to be able to do? DRS open. Here he comes up to the line now. It's going to be a 1:29.6. It's going to stay P10, but it's going to be an improvement. And who's that Red Bull? Kister. Let's see. How's he doing? He's 4 tenths down, I think, on his previous time. Yeah, and he's going to stay P13, so he seems to be struggling a little bit. He's got quite a high fuel load, though, so he might be trying to just acclimatise himself to the track here. Oof, right on the track limits there. A little bit of a snap of oversteer on the exit as well. Well, he's washed. Ooh. Oh my god, he's lucky to have not invalidated there. He lifted off a bit though. It's going to cost him time. He's still up on his previous time by 5 thousandths. Servald would be on pole if he wasn't banned. Let's see, is Kister going to be able to improve on his Sector 2 time here? Up to the line. So 500ths improvement so far, so it is an improvement, but he's got to improve by 3 seconds to move up a spot. There's an Alpine going slowly in Sector 2. It's Palmer. I think he's just letting someone by. And is Kister going to be able to improve? He does improve to a 1:33.9, but it's still not enough to get him up a place. So he's got some time to find. Ooh, oh, no. What was there? 7 seconds up, and he's just validated there. We just about saw it. As he came around that corner there. It's very unfortunate for him. There you go. Just outside the white lines. Very, very unfortunate. But I'm sure he'll keep pushing. I think he's going for another lap. So we've seen Will pull some crazy stuff off, yeah, especially in Season 2. Double overtake on Jolly and Green back in Abu Dhabi. So, you know, can't doubt the man. Well, I like his helmet. Wait, is it red and green? Yeah, it's the Alfa Romeo combination. Ooh, oh, right on the limit there. Lucky to have not invalidated. He just needs to get a banker lap in. He's got enough fuel, I think, to go to the end of the session on these tyres. He just needs to get a good lap in where it's not going to put him at the back of the field. Oof, right against the wall there. Gee, I thought he was hitting that wall then. This has been a really strong lap for Will so far. Not seeing too many mistakes, considering he's on old tyres. Didn't use that curve to the full extent, but you might have lost a little bit of confidence in that corner after the previous lap. Like I said, he just needs to get a good lap in that's not going to put him at the back of the field. A lot of understeer there. He's got a little bit of wing damage, maybe. That looked like a lot of understeer. Here he comes up to the line. It's going to be a 128.5. Puts in P7, so that's what he needed right now. It's a clean lap to get round and get into the top 10. We got Magnussen now improving to a 127.4. Kopf on a lap as well. And he goes purple sector 2, so he looks like he's on for a good lap here. Can he hook it all up in this final sector though? He's got Unfeet just getting out of the way of him there. There he goes, round the final corner. He just needs to keep it all together through here. And I think he's going to be setting a half decent lap time. There you go, you can see in the top right his time. He needs to be at 127.4. He's not going to do it, he's going to 128 dead. It's going to be improvement by just over a tenth, but it's going to keep him P3. Kvyat on an outlap now as well. Zenius on a lap, 3 tenths up on his previous time. He's looking at getting a 127.9 here as he goes around the final corner. Sector 3 yellow flag. There's a Ferrari slowing down, trying to get the gap out to this Red Bull ahead of him. He's going to cross the line and put himself P2 at 127.9. Still 5 tenths off the back of Magnussen's lap. Magnussen's put in a really good lap there. Let's hop on board with Kvyat, the championship leader at the moment. Jolly providing us with some stats here. King only needs to outscore Kvyat by 4 points to keep the title fight alive. And that is going to be it for Lightning. P6 a 128.2. Palmer is also done on 128.7. And Kister is also done on 133.9. And there's Magnussen's final lap of 127.4. Puts him on provisional pole, but can Kvyat deny him of it? Flying through Sector 2's little S section here, coming up to the Sector 2 detection point, or the Sector 3 detection point. He's got 2 tenths up on his time. Still not going to be looking for that pole, provisional pole at the moment, as Zenius and King have both retired from the session now. There he goes down the final straight into turn 27. The final turn of the track. Is he going to manage to get that provisional pole? A lot of people still out on laps. I think that's it for Ace there, peeling off into the pits. Kvyat crosses only 3 tenths improvement. It's going to put him at P2 with a 127.6. Slots himself ahead of Zenius. It's a great lap there from Kvyat. Here comes Standstill up to the line now. What's he going to do? A 127.8. That puts Zenius even further down. It's not good for his 10th place penalty. He's going to be starting last as it stands. I don't know if anyone else is due to join the lobby yet. And I think that's it. That's it for qualifying. So there you go. That is your final qualifying positions. Well, I don't know. You're only 8 tenths off pole. That's not a bad time, considering how much pressure you're under in the final stages. We do need to figure that out, Jolly. I agree. I think maybe some people didn't know we started this early. I mean, we let everyone know, but you know what people are like. Alright, well, we're going to have to do a quick lobby restart here. Oh, it's still got my screen on there. I didn't even know it did. There we go. If you get a podium, you'll give 5 subs. Okay. Everyone just let Will through. If you don't let him through, I'm going to ban you. So, yeah. Basically, do it or get banned. Thanks for the reference you've left, Jolly. That'll be helpful for later on. $21,000 channel points on Kizio winning the championship today. Oh wait, what? Ah, there we go. Does anyone want to do the math of what place Jack King has to be if Kizio wins or something like that? Because that'd be very helpful, so we can keep that noted for the stream. Okay, so Jack King basically has to be ahead of Kizio to win the championship, I think, is what I'm getting. If he has a 27-point lead, he has to either reduce it or... Yeah, he has to either reduce it or hope that Kizio DNFs and he can stay where he is. I know, because even if they both don't score points, I think he has won it, hasn't he? So yeah, no pressure, King. Yes, King has to outscore Kizil by 3 points, not 4 at a minimum. Yeah. Well, surely if mathematically he outscores him by 1 point, which he can't do unless he's 11th and he's 10th. Was he leading by 27 points? So yeah, mathematically, if he beat him by 1 point and then Kizil didn't get the points in Abu Dhabi and he got fastest lap in the win, you'd be in it. But if you're talking about like chance of it happening, yeah. And they both have been very consistent through the season. I think Jack King had one race, one DNF, I think. Let's have a look at the how it's been going between these two so far. So Kizil started the season off not too well actually. 11th, and then he didn't do 2 races. Got 3rd, and then 11th again, and then 2nd, and then won the last 3 races. And Jack King has gone 6th, 2nd, 6th, 6th, 12th, 3rd, DNF, 4th, 3rd, 4th. So, been on the podium a few times. I think that's 3 podiums. Kizil's been on the podium 5 times, but has had 4 races out of the points, as opposed to King's 2, I think. Yeah, 2. So King has definitely shown his consistency, and Kizil's just shown that he can have the pace when he needs it, especially in the last 3 races. He's I don't think has he been on pole yet? No, he hasn't. So it just shows that he can bounce back. He's not been on pole once, and he's had 5 podiums, and 3 of them are wins. So he can do the work when he needs to. Will starts P5, does he? Where did he qualify? P6, right? Yeah, Will's P6. Yeah, he'll be P5 because of Xenius' penalty. So Xenius is going to be starting 14th. And I mean, he came into the league, won his first race here, then DNF in Great Britain, to then win the next race in Mexico, then DNF again in Hungary, and then get 4th place in Brazil, and then he didn't turn up to the last race. So he's had a very up and down. Waiting on Zerva before I can add pens. He's having issues. Okay. So yeah, he's had a very up and down season so far. 63 points to his name. But yeah, 2 weeks tomorrow, isn't it? Is it? No, 2 weeks Tuesday. And we'll well, a few of us will have access to the first game. The first game? No, the next game. Which is quite chicken oriental, if you ask me. I really hope they haven't overhyped the new game, because it looks good, but then again, it's Cody, isn't it? So he's joining now. Okay. Maybe a fine for Haas. I think so, mate. I think maybe 20 mil. No, I'll say 30 actually. Let's go 30. 30 mil sounds good. I think that should all go to McLaren as well. since I'm the one sat here waiting. Come on. He has to hurry up. There might actually be a fine for Haas coming soon. After the FIA have discovered something in their funding sheets. So, who knows? Who knows? Who knows what might be happening? Only time will tell. I can't wait any longer. I'm gonna miss the race at this point. Come on. Mick Schumacher. Oh right, he's putting it up. He's putting it in AI. Okay, well, Zervald's starting at the back, and I think he's gonna have to take control of an AI car when he gets in, so he can start the lobby. We would rather have AI than Zerveld. Wow. How nice. Oh, for Christ's sake. He's got 8 seconds to join the lobby. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, he's here. God's sake. Alright, we're straight in anyway. Thank Christ. Okay. Let's go back to this screen. Who do you think's going to win the actual race today? Who are we saying? What have you said to Mercedes, Max? What's happened? If it rains, it's not going to rain. I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. I don't even know like what the chances of it raining here are. It was crazy that it rained last season though. I was thinking it would be interesting to do a monsoon Abu Dhabi, like have it full thunderstorm, everything at Abu Dhabi, but now it's kind of like it would just make the race even longer. It would be interesting. Who knows? Who knows? Here we go though, for the formation lap. Let me get everything set up. We just need lap data, don't we? Let's see the tyres as well. So, Lone Wolf is starting 10th on the mediums, which is fine because he has got pushed up from Xenius' penalty. And then we have Wassa Phoenix as well on the mediums. Oh, great. What's he said? Oh. Kister on the softs, Xenius on the mediums. Was he? Oh dear. I don't think Xenius is allowed on the mediums. Who has no subs? Kizil or Zerveld? Max, just calm down, man. It will sort out when the race starts. Who can't take control? I don't get it. Zerveld. He'll probably have to take control after the start of the race if he's in spectate view. I don't know why he is. Well, welcome to me at Austria. We're not restarting the lobby unless TPs vote on it because we don't have time. Oh, and Zerval and Xenius have crashed. Jolly, are you still here? Because we need to sort out if Xenius was allowed on the mediums or not. I think he qualified like P3, right? Or P4? On softs. Ah, well. Let's ride on board with Lightning, who's managed to make his way up to P4 here. Due to penalties, I think, after qualifying P6. But here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights here in Jeddah. Let's lights on, away we go. Gets away well, does the Alfa Romeo driver, but he's going to come under pressure here from the Ferrari and the McLaren into turn 1. Goes a bit deep, makes contact with the Ferrari there, but the Ferrari's now up into P3 after overtaking Kopf, and Kosev's overtaking Kopf as well now into P5. Oh, they're swapping positions. I think the McLaren's going to send it up the inside there. And there's a virtual safety car. Not too sure what happened there. Yeah, Xenius has found his way up to P9 as well. Ace is out. I think he's... Has he crashed out or is he just retired? I think Connor rigged it, yeah, to be fair. Yeah, I didn't realise the spin that Will had until the second stage of his launch. But keeping P4, so he defended well into turn 1. Magnussen's still in the lead. Kizil's still P2. Hansel now up into P3. We'll get the positions changed so we can... there we go. Sandseal up from P5. Kosev up from P6. Kopf down 3 positions after starting 3rd on the grid. So he's not had a great start. Neither has Kister, dropped down from P12. Xenius has had a great start, up 4 positions already. But let's see how this fight for the lead is going to go. Sandseal looks very racy today after that start. Kizil has no setup as well, so we've got to remember that. And Sandseal is actually closing the gap between the two. Both Ferrari power units though, so remember they might go pop at any time. Kopf seems to be struggling for pace here. He's dropped off the back of Kosev now a little bit. As Kosev's trying to go for a move on Will Lightning through Sector 1, side by side. That's got to be a warning for both of them, at least one or two. And that has allowed Kopf to catch back up, and Kopf might be going for a move he thinks better of it. Oh. And Sandsteel has overtaken Kizio now for P2. On a charge at the Ferrari driver. Ruined the constructors, rip. Well, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. If he's forgot his setup, or he didn't let him choose his setup, it's nothing we can do about that. His lightnings fell off the back of Kosev now, a little bit. And I think he's going to come under pressure from Kopf here, into the final corner. Kopf trying it around the outside, and McLaren looking up the inside there, but thinks better of it. And so the Alfa Romeo defends for another lap to the Aston Martin driver, but tucking into the slipstream now. DRS will be enabled this lap, so we've got to keep that in mind. And they go side by side into turn 1. Will is putting up a great defence today. Defended well into turn 1, he's defending well against Kopf here. Yeah, Max, there's nothing we can do about it though. I literally had the same thing in Austria. I'm pretty sure people have had it all season. They just deal with it. Cope. Kosev now overtaking Kiziol up into P3. Kiziol is really struggling without that setup. Kister is retired. I think that's Kister out of the session. I'm not too sure what happened to him. Maybe you can see with Palmer. He's a bit far off there. I think Palmer's had to make an early stop. It's only another virtual safety car, so we're not going to be hanging about here too long. Oh, he's put it into that left-hand wall there, man. Ah, that is tough. Can't wait for a vote restart, yeah. Man, Kister was looking forward to this race, I'm pretty sure, as well. Unfortunate for him, and Kiziel's fallen back a little bit from Kosev during the VSC. He isn't going to be in the DRS range. Magnussen is just pulling away at the moment. He's got Sandsteel, who's looked very quick here so far. Trying to chase him down though, and so is Kosev. Kosev making up 3 positions as well, from P6 on the grid. So, looking strong. There's still a little bit of a fight going on, and Lightning is catching Kiziel here. Kister is saying that apparently Unfi was in AI mode, which is why he has crashed out. As Will Lightning has sent it around the outside of Kiziel there. And up into P3, so at the moment he's gifting 5 subs, everyone. Kiziel might want to try and put up a little bit more of a defence to these drivers now. It's King, yeah, he's getting close to the back of Kiziel. And he just under 2 seconds behind him now. And there you go, there's the Aston Martin now making a move on the Haas up into P4. Kiziel down to P5 now. Will might come under a lot of pressure here though from the Haas and the Aston Martin now both having DRS down the pitch straight. Will needs to think about going defensive here as the Aston Martin's now going to try and send it up the inside, but thinks better of it. He's going to keep his nose clean for now. Try and pick his opportunities a little bit better, but Jack King now onto the back of Kiziel. Now this is going to be a defence, I'm going to guess, from Kiziel. Thank you, Kister, for the raid. Very appreciated. I'm sorry to see the end of your race so early. It was a tough one. I heard something about Umphy going into AI. But yeah, unfortunately, that's not much we can do. And Sandsteel is spun and hit the wall. I'm not sure if that's any damage for him. Let's have a look. No, there's no damage. His wing looks alright, but he's going to drop back to P7. And Lightning now up into P2. I bet he wasn't expecting this at the start of the weekend. And Palmer is retired now. What's happened to... Palmer has lost it in Sector 1. That is a full safety car. So, I wonder what we're going to see here. Because it's not really... I don't think mediums would be too good at the end of this race at the moment. It's always AI. Got aggressive because of him forcing me to have a slower time and tried to go around the... and I couldn't. Alright. Yeah. It sucks because you've either got to just be really patient and try and get past the AI like DRS, and Lightning stays out and everyone else coming in. So Lightning might be trying to do something else here because he might be playing the smart game. Zenith is going to stay out, but I'm not too sure if Zenith is going to have a 20-second penalty coming his way. I hate to break it to you as well, Kister. After your will is after your will, no, after your crash. Yeah, Will staying out isn't the worst call, I won't lie. If they're going to go on to mediums, let's see what tyres everyone's going on to, actually. So Zervad picking the hards, Kiziel picking the hards, which I think would probably be the best option, but they're going to be really slow to the medium runners. They might lose a few positions there. I think what you're forgetting, Hammer, is Will's got my trusty setup. And it was very kind on its tyres, so... It's weird the AI braking zones. Yeah, so they go really slow. It's not... The difference in, like, AI, like, difficulty is, like, when they're low, they brake really early and they, like, really have slow apex speed and stuff. Which is why... Yeah, you probably got caught out through that. But Xenius, I was saying, might have a 20-second penalty added to his race time because he qualified, I think, P3 or P4 on the soft tyre. And then he started the race after his 10th place penalty, which, yes, he's outside the top 10, but you got to think he's made up maybe, I don't know, 5 or 6 positions from going on the softs in qualifying. And then getting a 10th place penalty and dropping back to 13th, 14th, wherever he was. And starting on the mediums. Yeah, he's outside the top 10, but he's still made up that many places on soft. No, it's not. It's never been allowed. We've always... It's a hard rule to, like, get across, but I'm pretty sure, you know, in briefings we always say that before the restart, especially in sprint races. Yeah, if you start outside the top 10, you can choose mediums, but the fact is he got a 10th place penalty, so he made his way up in qualifying on the soft tyres, which means that it's going to, you know, minimise his penalty as much as it can. So he could, you know, if he got pole and got a 10th place, he starts 11th. Yeah, he's outside the top 10, but he got pole on softs, which would mean, you know, he can start. He'd have to start on the softs because that's what he qualified on. We always say if you've qualified in the top 10 on the tyre, it's the first time you've heard of this. Oh, well, I don't know what to tell you. We always say it in briefings. I'm pretty sure it's in the rules on the website as well. Basically, if you get into the top 10, whatever tyre you get into the top 10 on, you've got to start on, no matter the penalties. I don't think you have, because we always kind of look out for it. So, but if you have, I mean, obviously put it in there. And I mean, if other drivers have done it, they've probably got penalised for it. I think the safety car is going to be in this lap, though, as the field is now bunched back up. Yeah, everyone qualified on softs, but that's because they wanted to start on the softs. Well, they might not want to, but that's how they want to go up the grid. And you have to start on softs unless you qualify outside the top 10. You get the free tyre choice if you're outside the top 10 in qualifying. If you start the race outside the top 10, but you qualified in the top 10, you've got to start on the tyre that you did your qualifying lap on, otherwise it doesn't make it fair. But anyway, back to the racing. We have Xenius just behind Lightning now. Xenius's tyres might be a little bit better than Lightning's at the moment, but Lightning gets a good launch away from Xenius. Xenius turning on the ERS here though. See if there's any battles going on a bit further down. Sandsteel looking for a move on Jack King here. Down the inside at turn 1. Can't hook it around the outside, or can he? He's going side by side. He's going to have the inside line for the next corner. He's actually going to get past him and get the drive out of the corner there. Great move from Sandsteel. I wonder if Jack King is going to think about letting his teammate past here as well. And I think he has. Or has he? No, he hasn't. As he's on the soft tyre. We've got a few penalties coming in now as well. And there you go, Sandsteel sending it around the outside of Kiziel. And there we go, Jack King also trying to make the move on Kiziel here. The two championship leaders. And then you go, Jack King and Kosev now, both getting past Kiziel. And both McLarens ahead of the Haas. So for the constructors as well, that's a big change. Xenius now trying to close up to the back of the Alfa Romeo of Will Lightning. And actually, Magnussen right behind Xenius as well. There's a big gap though to the Aston Martin in 4th. They're both, and the Aston Martin, oh my god, the Red Bull sending it around the outside of Lightning there. And now he's going to come under pressure from Magnussen as well. Covering off the inside, trying to get the slipstream from Xenius. Oh, this might be bad news for Will. As one of the new tyre runners is going to get ahead of him, I think, into turn 1. Tries going down the inside, doesn't quite make it work. Will defended into turn 2. Does Will get the drive out the corner though? No, they're going to be side by side into turn 3. And I think the Mercedes is going to just nip it up the inside. That's Will down into P3. But Will's just got to make the strategy work now. Because I feel like this guy's going to struggle at the end. And it's a very easy track to make a mistake on. As Sandsteel now has got past Jack King. And there's a big gap now from Jack King to Sandsteel, so I'm not too sure what's happened there. Sandsteel is looking very quick today. He wants to make up as many places as he can. He has got a penalty now, so I'm not sure how big of a penalty it is. But Lightning also dropping off the back of Magnussen a little bit here. Magnussen looking onto the back of Xenius now. Can he make the move? I think he's going to need DRS on the next lap. Because Xenius knows how to put up a defence. Seen him get some great wins before. Right up against the wall there. Let's see, has anyone else trying to make a move here? Kiziel might be trying to make a move back on Jack King here. Into turn 1. Is he going to manage to send it up the inside? He is on the hard tyre as well. He's going to make the move on Jack King. I think, was the DRS there? I don't think there was. And that's going to be Kiziel back ahead of the McLaren now. Let's, I think we can get a quick slow-mo replay of that. Got to milk the slow-mos, you know. But yeah, very standard move into turn 1. And now Jack King might come under pressure here from Wassa Phoenix. The Aston Martin reserve, but I think he's going to defend it off. As Jack King got some damage, he's dropping back quite a lot here. We saw him drop just over a second off his teammate in the space of 1 lap. After getting overtaken by Sandsteel. He seems to be struggling out there at the moment. Who's doing a good job though is Will Lightning, still up in P3. Maintaining a pretty solid gap to Kosev in P4. on those 9-lap old medium soft tyres now. So doing a great job out there at the moment. Let's see if he can make the strategy work, because I mean the field is already spreading out quite a lot. So if he can just make this work, I think he needs to stay out a little bit longer on them. Maybe just try and defend off from a few people, or maybe not even that, maybe just let a few people by, to minimise the amount of time he'll have behind him. But yeah, he's doing well at the moment. Who else have we got? Jack King now getting overtaken by Zerveld, or fighting Zerveld into the first corner. He's really struggling for some reason. It doesn't look like he's got damage, so I don't know what's happening with him, but he's dropped back a good few places now. I think he was P5 at one point, or P6 maybe. But yeah, seems to be struggling at the moment. Let's have a look. He's having to lift off here, so it looks like he's got damage. I don't know why he's not pitting. Something's definitely not right though at the moment with Jack King's car. But his teammate slowly closing up to the back of Lightning. It's like tenths by a lap, as you'd expect on those fresher softs. And Sandsteel closing up to Kopf by the looks of it as well. So it'll be interesting to see these two have a little battle. They're both very competitive drivers, and I believe that there is a ticket between the Aston Martin and the Ferrari. I'm not sure if it was. I think it was actually Raccoon, Kopf's like full-time teammate. But yeah, tension's high between Aston Martin and Ferrari. Let's see, as Wasser Phoenix now closing up to Zerveld. Is he going to make the move into turn 1 with the DRS? He's going to try. He's going to send it up the inside of the Haas. That's going to keep it though on those hard tyres, putting up a great defence. And the Aston Martin isn't going to manage to get past there. As Kosev now is really close to the back of the Alfa Romeo of Lightning. Is he going to manage to make the move? Lightning's still got the DRS assistance from Magnussen ahead, as Zenith has been defending from Magnussen for a good few laps now. So Zenith really wanted to make his strategy work, which he's doing a great job of at the moment. But Kosev surely will be trying to make the move this lap. And I don't think Lightning should fight it too much, as Lightning touches the wall a little bit there as well. So maybe just showing the edge of his tyres now. 11 laps on mediums, he's got to be feeling the tyre wear a little bit now. Sorry, I keep saying mediums, I mean softs. I think that Lightning gets a good run out of that corner though, and he's going to still have the DRS from the car ahead, so he's doing really well to keep up with them. As actually, I think Magnussen's going to go for a move here on Xenius. Xenius, I think, actually let him by to get the DRS back down the main straight, but I think he might have. Oh, is he going to? I don't think he's going to be close enough to make the move here. As I think Kosev's looking to make the move on Lightning just behind as well. Isn't going to be close enough, and neither is Xenius to Magnussen. So, what he might have thought was a good little tactic, he's not managed to quite make work. And Kosev's still behind Lightning as well. So it's allowing Kopf and Sandsteel to catch up as well. Kiziel now getting overtaken by his teammate. And being put under pressure by Wasser Phoenix. Or Wasser Phonics, I don't know why I keep saying Phoenix. Kosev picks up another 3-second time penalty. That's not what he needs right now. He needs to be putting Will under more pressure and trying to get past him. And if he can get up to the fight with Xenius, I'm sure he'll be happy enough about that. Ooh, that was a touch of the wall there. Is that wing damage though? I'm not too sure. It doesn't look like it so far. Let's have a quick little look at that again. Happy enough about that. Ooh, that was a big smack on the wall there. Is that wing damage though? Oh, look at that camera shot. Beautiful. Beautiful. What happened to broadcasting, Cam? What's that? Broadcasting, Cam. As Kosev's actually dropped back, he's going into the pits now for a wing change, so he must have got wing damage from that smack of the wall. It's going to be fitting the mediums, but I mean, he's going to have to do that anyway at some point. So if there's another safety car coming up now, he's going to be in a good position to capitalise on that. That's taken the pressure off Will now. Will can just focus on keeping in the DRS of these two ahead. And Will is in a really good chance here of a podium still. The big gap between Zerveld and Sandsteel, 10 seconds now. And it seems to be growing as the hards are not too good around here. So, well, there's Wassa Phoenix making it... Phonics. Making a move on Kiziel. Kiziel down into P8 now. So yeah, it just seems like the setup that he didn't manage to get on has really cost him. But yeah, we've got to give respect to Will here. He's keeping up with these two on 13 lap old softs. Zenius is just fighting Magnussen up ahead of him. Will can just lurk behind and just make his strategy work to the best it can. Doing a really good job with 13 lap old mediums. Zenius now peels off into the pits though. So this could be a sign for Will to think about pitting soon. Because he might start to lose a bit too much time here. And it could have been best maybe if he pit that lap. But he just needs to keep his head down, make the strategy work to the full, to its full advantage. A lot of swapping going on here. The Haas and the Aston have just been going over lap after lap. And Zenius has just come out in P8 behind this battle on the soft tyre, 10 laps. So we'll see what he can do. Obviously, we've got to remember he might be looking at a 10-second penalty. A 20-second penalty for starting on the wrong compounded tyre. Cut from net P2 and his internet breaks down. The Aston look. Oh no, is he left the session now? Yeah, that might be an AI driving actually. So Will needs to think about pitting very soon. But at the moment, Magnussen is looking very comfortable in this position because he's not got anyone really fighting him, as Will's on a completely different strategy to him, and he's got a big lead now to Sandsteel. And Sandsteel's already picked up a penalty, so it could be a good race here from Magnussen in the lead. And Will's actually caught up to him, so is he going? He's going to go in the pits this lap. 14 lap old softs. And he peels off into the pit lane now. I'm going to guess it's going to be the medium tyre. And that puts Sandsteel up into P2, Kopf up into P4. And now Zerveld coming down the pitch straight. How much time is Will going to lose here? He's losing a lot of positions. It's down to P8 now. But he's going to have a lot fresher tyres than everyone else. So let's see what he can do. Let's just hope everyone races him fairly. And he can cut his way back up through the pack. Zenith has already made the move on Kiziel and Wasserphonics. So now he's looking onto the back of Zerveld for P4. Can he make the move here? I think he's already going to go for it down this DRS straight and try and clear him before the next corner, and he does. And there you go, up into P4 for Xenius. Zerveld down into P5, just ahead of his teammate Kiziel. Then Lightning making a move now on Wasserphonics, who's dropped quite far back from Kiziel after that. After we saw him together at turn 1, Will trying to go around the outside there, and Aston Martin giving him a bit of a squeeze. That is Will now up into P7. This is his customary position from season 2. This is where he'd like to be the most. But yeah, he's got a lot of catching up to Xenius, and then these two Hasses now. I think he's going to have quite a big tyre advantage on these two now. So we'll see if he can catch up to them in the next few laps. But Xenius already looking onto the back of Kopf here. And that's the fastest lap with it. This Kopf is still not back in the game. So that's horrible for him. As Xenius makes a bit of contact with the Aston Martin there. But he's going to try and make the move here into turn 3, and does. The move there from him. We can just watch that bit of contact back. It was quite a big smack, but I don't think that's going to be any wing damage. Is it just, yeah, Kopf going abnormally slowly in the AI mode. But yeah, what a move from Xenius. But yeah, Kopf is going to be really struggling here as the Haas are now catching him at quite a rapid pace. That Zerveld is going to move himself up into P4 again. Oh, and there's contact there. Is that a Haas front wing? That is the Aston Martin's front wing. And maybe the Haas as well. Oh my god, what is going on here? Yeah, the Haas has lost its entire front wing, which puts Kiziel up into P4 and Lightning up into P5. I don't know quite what happened there. But I'm sure Kiziel and Lightning are probably loving that. 3-2 positions for them both. I wonder if Will is going to try and make the move here into the final corner. Here he goes up the inside. Gets the car slowed down enough, right against the inside wall. Let's get back on the loud pedal as soon as you can. But is Kiziel going to try and come back at him here? I think Kiziel, with the DRS, might come back at him into turn 1. And there he goes. Into the braking zone, ahead of Will Lightning once again. Yeah, that is a big smack to Zerveld's position on the track. And Kopf as well, but I think he was going to struggle anyway with the AI driving for him. Obviously now they both make another pit stop. Will wants his position back. He's on much fresher tyres and a much grippier compounded tyres as well. Kiziel is putting a right good defence up against him here. If Will can stay ahead though, if Will can keep right behind him, he might get a really good run through the penultimate DRS zone and stay ahead down the straight, but he's got to manage that battery well, that's the main thing. As Kiziel has got a lot of battery left to play with. And here we go, down the DRS straight once again. Will's going to get the move done a lot earlier this time. Kiziel's going to try and squeeze him. But here they go into turn 27 now. Haas trying to go down the inside. He's hanging back a little bit to try and get the DRS off Will once again. I think Will hung back a bit there as well. And Kiziel now is just going to play the DRS game once again. And get back ahead of him into turn 1. And you can see that Kosev now looking to maybe bring the fight to them both a little bit later on in this race. We've only got 6 laps left to go now. And then that'll be it. So let's make the most of them, because these are getting some close battles going on track between the Alfa Romeo and the Haas. As Kopf has just been overtaken by Zerveld again after they've both made their pit stop. Jack King's really struggling. I don't know if he made more contact with the wall or something, because he's now down in 12th, and his championship rival is up in 4th. Zerveld. I think Will needs to start playing the DRS game himself here. I think he needs to sit back and try and get the DRS on Kiziel down the next straight. I think that's his best bet, because I don't think this is going to work out for him if he keeps pushing like this. He's been saving a lot of VRS though, so he's going for the move here once again. He's ahead a lot sooner this time with the use of a bit of battery. Can he stay ahead though here? Can he do it? Down the pit straight once again, and the Haas's DRS open once again with the Alfa Romeo just ahead, but it looks like Will's got a fairly decent gap this time to Kiziel, and into turn 1 Lightning is going to be ahead. And now can you make that tyre advantage work in his favour as he gets a big snap though on the exit of turn 2, and that's going him back down to P5. This is just a nightmare for Will. He's trying his hardest here. Let's get some details on penalties. Xenius was 6 seconds, but obviously he will probably be getting a fairly bigger penalty a little bit later on. So this could be the fight for the final podium position between these two, which is quite a massive thing. But they can't lose too much time. And Xenius now makes a move on Sandsteel for P2. So he's recovered really well on the soft. But obviously that strategy's only worked because he started on the mediums. Sandsteel going to try and make the move back here though on the pitch straight. Struggling in the ERS a little bit there. You see his light flashing. Doesn't get the car turned in too well into the final corner. I think Xenius is going to be able to stay ahead here. As Lightning now is trying to make the move once again. But he's going to stay behind. I think he's realised what Kiziel's trying to do. But he's not got a great exit there compared to Kiziel. He's going to use some of that battery. Kiziel's going to try and break the toe. Here they go down the pitch straight. Rolls reverse this time as Kiziel goes defensive to the inside. And Lightning's going to try and hang it around the outside. And he does. What a move that was. Around the outside at turn 1. Let's see that again. You can see there he's tucking into the slipstream of the Haas. And then it's really slow this. I didn't realise it was this slow. Manual binder. Yeah, that's it. Binder. And there you go. Around the outside at turn 1. Probably should have left that one a little bit later because it took a while to get to it. But great move there from Lightning. And here's the battle now for the lead as Xenius has managed to catch up to Magnussen on this soft tyre. And obviously in game it won't show that Magnussen has got the penalty that he will most likely be getting. So Magnussen might want to try to put a defence, although he has got 6 seconds of penalty. But Xenius looked very quick here so far. And where have we seen this before? Where have we seen this before? A Mercedes and a Red Bull fighting for the lead here in Jeddah. As now Kiziel is going to be trying to make the move once again on Will Lightning. Will just can't get a break, can he? And they go around the final corner once again. Back on the loud pedal. Will is right behind Kiziel this time. And Kosev's closing up on the mediums as well. Will trying to opt for the outside once again. And into turn 1. Is he going to hang it around the outside again? That is literally what we just saw last lap. And Will getting a bit of a wiggle on the exit of turn 2 there. And Kiziel is going to try and come back up the inside in turn 3, but thinks better of it. He's got to realise now that Kosev is closing up right behind him. Kosev 12 seconds of penalties though, so quite a big margin to make up if he wants to get a bit further up on the leaderboard this race. So Lightning has about 15 seconds to Xenius. Xenius needs to pull out 5 seconds. No, so he doesn't need to make more than that. He needs to make 11 seconds more to Will Lightning to keep that podium positions. But Kosev now is right behind Will Lightning again. So Will's going to have to fight another car down the DRS straights most likely. So it'll be interesting to see who's going to get the podium between these two. They're on, I think, around the same lap age tyres. Both on the medium compound as well. There he goes, down the DRS straight. He's going to get ahead of the Alfa Romeo. Haas looking to make a move there as well, but doesn't. And Will's going to tuck behind the McLaren into the DRS zone. Oh, wow, he's pulled out a massive gap, and now Kiziel's thinking of trying to make a move onto the Alfa Romeo as well. But Will's going to try and go up the inside here at turn 1 this time. And it's not going to work as well for him than the outside did before. And he's trying to cover off the Haas behind him as well. Kosev has got that 12-second penalty, so he's got to make up a big gap as well here. We might just want to focus on keeping Kiziel behind as he has got no penalties. But obviously, he's tried to do that for the last few laps, and Kiziel has always found his way to play with the DRS and stay ahead. And Magnussen now, big gap to the car behind. Sorry, the car ahead of Xenius. Xenius is trying to pull that gap out as big as he can. Not too many battles going on track. Kopf is slowly closing up to the back of Unfi here. But with Unfi's 3-second time penalty and the gap ahead of Unfi being 9 seconds, Kopf might just want to stay behind him and try and secure those points. We'll see. As now Kiziel gets back ahead of Lightning into this corner. It's quite an odd overtaking area. But Kiziel obviously wanting to make that move. And I did see a little bit of contact there as well, so I wonder if that is any damage for Will. We can just quickly watch that back. There you go, into this corner. It's quite an odd overtaking. I don't think that is going to be damage. It was a very weird corner to overtake on though for the Haas driver, and Will is really falling off the back of him here. I'm not too sure what. I don't know if Will does have damage. Maybe it doesn't look like it from the way he's turning in. Well, maybe he does. No, I think he does. That is terrible news for Will Lightning. He's looking to have a great race here. That is terrible for Will. I think he did get damage from that very aggressive overtake from Kiziel. Kiziel wanting to maybe keep within the penalty range of Kosev, because Kiziel could still be on for a podium here. Oh man, that is a tough race for Will. He did so well until that contact. I'm not sure. I think Kopf has damage now as well. That looked very understeery. Yeah, he's missing an end play. I don't know if he's made contact with someone. Unfi's going wide now as well. Everyone seems to be picking up damage here. Ah, no. As now Luke Martin has got past Kopf. And back into the points. Oh, and that was a weird break from Unfi there, and that is going to be damage now for him as well. What is going on? Let's have a quick watch back of that that damage from Unfi onto the Alpine. It's taken a while because I did it a bit too soon once again. Here you go into the braking zone now, and there you go. You just see the end plate fly off there to the right. Very unfortunate. As he was just about back into the points, but he is still ahead of the AlphaTauri and the Aston Martin. 6 seconds of penalties though. He's going to have to make a lot of time up in these next few laps. As Kiziel now picks up a 3-second time penalty, that's going to cost him a lot more than he thinks, because that could be the difference between him getting past Xenia, Sandsteel, Kosev, depending on how these last few laps go, or this last lap, sorry. But yeah, Xenius, once again, driving a beautiful race, making the strategy work, but I think we're going to have to see what happens with these penalties. Because he's going to drop back from that 6 second anyway, behind Magnussen. We'll finish P2 in classification on the game, but as a rule that we have in the league, if you qualify on the softs and you start outside the top 10 due to grid penalties, and use anything but you didn't qualify on, you will be picking up a penalty. But there you go, wins on track, with Magnussen picking up, I think that's his first win for his team. Sandsteel P3, he was a very good racer today. Kosev P4, and oh no, Kiziel takes that P4 place off Kosev. Lightning, after a pretty upsetting end to his race, finishes P5 ahead of Kosev due to his penalties. And Wasaphonics, Manuel Binder, finishing P7 ahead of Zerveld, who's going to finish P8. And it looks like Luke Martin, he's going to be close to getting this P9 position. There you go. At the moment, he's going to get it, but is he going to be able to hold on to it? And it's this last corner with the damage he's got. This is going to be very close in terms of penalties. I think he's got it. 3/10. And there you go, across the line. I don't think Unfi's going to manage to make that time up into the last. Oh, there you go, Kopf making the move on the last bit. He just got Ocon'd. I think Kopf actually made up that time to Luke Martin. It might have stole his position. That's going to be Unfi P11. But there you go. That is the race here at Jeddah, the penultimate round of the Amethyst Racing Tier 2 Championship. There you go. Magnussen winning his first race for his team. And I think that is, Tier 2 Season 3 champion is Patrick Kiziel for Haas. There you go, everyone is asking for their channel points now. I'll let Jolly sort that out. But there you go. Kiziel, champion here in Tier 2 Season 3. I think he's going to actually get onto the podium as well in classification, so we'll have to look out for that. But there you go. That was the race here today. Whoops, wrong one. Yeah, don't be saying that, Jolly. Alright, well, I'm going to quickly nip to the toilet, and then we'll get on with the interviews. Okay, we're back. Alright, so what's this? I mean, if anything, that just shows that our new TikTok that's been made by Kosev, it just spits facts. Let's be real. Right, let's get into the live on air box. Let's start the stage. Interview. Alrighty. Well, let's get our race winner, Hugo Magnussen, up here. First of all, let me just get the screen up. Here he is. Hello.
Hello.
What a win. I mean, you kind of deserved it in France. You made a few errors, and I think like you've improved on that, and you've obviously taken quite a commanding win here today.
Yeah. It was an awesome race, and Seniors was pretty quick, but he had 6 seconds of penalty, so I had him there.
Yeah, well, I'm not too sure if Senius is going to get any more penalties. I think it's going to be investigated into. But nevertheless, I mean, the strategy, you're staying out, deciding to box under the first safety car, and then just basically commanding the race from there. I mean, you managed to pull away from the rest of the park. I think there's about a 4-second gap to you and Sandsteel at one point before Xenius came charging back through. But you played it smart. You didn't get any penalties. You just tried to keep it cool and trust Xenius's penalties will bring you back up onto the top step. So a very well drove race from you. And I think this is your first race win here, right?
No, I have this is my second race win.
Right. Yeah. Oh, wait. You drove for another team, right? Before you came to Mercedes.
AlphaTauri. I won in
AlphaTauri.
Austria.
Right. Yeah. I don't think I was commentating that one, but yeah. Nevertheless, great win. First win for your new team, anyway. Yeah. And I mean, at the last stages of the championship, I think it is quite close towards the bottom. So this might boost you up to make a few positions up in the championship, because next season, where everyone finishes this season in the championship, is going to be very crucial to how much money other teams get. So, you're doing your team a massive favour there, and I'm sure they'll be happy with that result. So, yeah. Glad to make up for last week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
But bye bye.
pardon?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, thanks for coming up. All right. Who wants to come up next? Anyone want to come up for a cheeky little interview? I mean, oh yeah, this is who I wanted to come up. Well, the TikTok was right.
I'm annoyed.
You're mad.
I'm annoyed.
Oh, you're
Alright, not
annoyed.
mad. I'm,
Okay.
I'm annoyed. I mean, Kizil, listen, congrats on the championship. Alright, you do deserve it. And he was annoyingly good at defending. I mean, obviously, I would have liked it if he was on old hards. I was on new mediums. But with the DRS, like, I just couldn't get a gap between them. So, I mean, hey, he defended extremely well. I'm not mad at that or anything. It's just not, he had defended annoyingly well. But then I think it was on like the second to last lap. You know the fast left-hander before the back straight?
Yeah, we managed to catch that on
he-
stream.
I mean,
It was
it's
a
an
it was a
interesting-
questionable move.
it's an interesting place to overtake, alright? And I pick up wing damage from it. And so I feel like I could have gotten past Kiziel if I didn't have that wing damage. But even so, it made me lose time to the guys ahead with penalties.
Yeah.
So I didn't, gain any advantage from the guys up ahead having penalties.
And I
So
mean,
lost so much
even
time.
in the dying few laps, Kizio picked up a 3-second penalty as well. So, yeah, I can understand it. I mean,
should have been a podium.
yeah, it should have been 5 gifted subs really. That's what it should have been. Kizio wants to come up. Let's see if we can get his opinion on it. Let's see.
Can we get the whole of Hassel?
If you want.
Well, I guess first of all, congratulations on the championship. And I mean, I think Will wants to give get your opinion on that move.
Well, I'll give you a quick explanation, I guess. The reason why I was driving really weirdly today was because you decided to not restart the session, and I was driving on the default setup all the time. So
You kind of just
that's
got to
why I was
cope.
so
Let's
slow.
be real.
I
So,
was fighting with the car all the time.
But what about the overtake?
Well, I was trying to stay in front of you so I can hopefully win the championship. I don't know where the McLaren
But
guy
why?
is.
But why go
Well,
from
I've got a
that corner?
question for you. Why didn't you restart the session? Simple question. as well.
Because I'm driving, so I can't.
Well,
You have to contact someone who wasn't driving, because I can't look at my messages.
Well, you replied to me.
Oh yeah, that was before the formation and stuff.
Yeah, and I said, why can't we restart the session? Because I'm stuck on a loading screen and I will have a default setup.
But I saw you. It said at the bottom of my screen you joined, so I assumed you fixed it.
Well, I was still texting you that we should restart.
Well, it's happened to many a driver before.
It's like Jeremy Kyle. Alright, well, realistically, Kizil, you won the championship and you coped. I mean, you cried a little bit, so did Housley, but you both coped in the end and got the championship under your belt. So unfortunate for you, Will, at the end, but still P5. I think it's better than what you were expecting, wasn't it?
It was better than I was expecting. Yeah.
So crucial points. I mean, unfortunately, Noble couldn't come today, but I think that might put you a bit closer to Aston Martin in the championship, looking for P6. But yeah, I mean, don't know what else to say really. Very up and down race for you because you managed to stick it out on the softs for quite some time as well and make that strategy work.
When I stayed out, I thought, oh, fuck, I've made the wrong decision here. But the guys up ahead kept fighting, so I could just get dragged along by the DRS.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You did a really good job at keeping that DRS going and maintaining the gap.
It worked out. And could have been a podium. Oh well, it is what it is.
All right. Well, I'll speak to you in a bit. And Kizio, let's get on to your race because, I mean, I had a pretty good qualifying. Was it P2?
Yeah.
And then obviously had troubles loading in and the default setup and stuff. I mean, it happens. It's unfortunate, but it happens. And you drop back a few places, and then the safety car. I think Haas were the only team to go onto the hard tyre, which I thought was a bit of a gamble, but it was kind of the right way to go because I thought the tyres would die off a lot
Yeah,
more than
I
what they
had,
did.
I had to gamble because otherwise I would probably, I don't know, get overtook by everyone today.
Yeah, but you managed to make them work well. Yeah, I mean you defended off Will great until a little moment that Will's pointed out. But yeah, making the moves to stay ahead in the championship, and managed to get it under your belt in the end. I don't know how many points the difference was in the end. I don't think Jack
I
actually.
just had that. I was trying to keep it as clean as possible, but you know, I was trying to like, I had to fight Will and I had to fight with the car as well, so it was kind of hard for me to cope with those two things at the same time. And
Yeah,
I'm actually surprised I did not crash. So you
yeah. Well, fair
know,
enough. You got it now, and you can go into Abu Dhabi a little bit more relaxed. I mean, still want to get that win, I imagine, to end off the season. And
P20 to P1 challenge.
P20 to P1. Well, probably more like P14 to P1. But I mean, yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I mean, that's it. You win the championship. You ruined the finale. So yeah, well done.
No worries. What do I get in return for winning?
Get kicked out the interview room if that's what you want.
Alright.
All right. Anyone else want to come up? I don't think so. Okay. Well, that's going to be it for the stream. We'll be back on Friday at what time do we race? 7 p.m. On Friday for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, the final round of the Tier 1 Championship, and it's going to be a good fight because I think I have to do. Wait, what? How do I have to do again? If Hamadir wins the championship, then he would have to come first no matter what, and I'd have to be either eighth or lower, I think, for him to win. So it'll be close, but it'll be a good stream to watch no matter what happens. And then on Sunday we have the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix for Tier 2 at 5 p.m, not 4:30, because I don't think there's any races on next weekend. And then the day after, I believe, we have the Season 4 introduction stream, where we're going to go through everything that's coming to Season 4, the trailer, the website, anything else that we're including in next season. So stick around for that. And yeah, that'll basically be it for us this week. Or next week, I guess. Anyway, I've not been with it today. And thanks for tuning in. And we'll see you next week.